Yay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our short tutorial or video for pre and then post running exercises that you can do or should do. My name is Coach Sophia, and I'll be guiding our session today. There's just three things that you'll need for today. You'll need some space where you can move. You'll need some kind of a ball, and ideally it's something harder. So a tennis ball could be, I have a myofascial release ball, right? So it's like a tiny, I'll show you, a ball like this that ideally has some substance to it, right? So we're gonna use this and I'll show you guys how and why. If it's maybe a lacrosse ball, a baseball, what else could it be? In deep stretch classes, what I ask you guys to use is, if you don't have one of these, is to grab maybe like 4 pairs of socks and roll it into a tighter ball. That could help, right? Wouldn't do as good as these guys, but could be a start. And then you also need a yoga strap. Something that isn't stretchy, so we can stretch you with it, yes? If it's like a band that stretches, then that means that you're using your muscles to stretch it. And we want to use a strap, something like this, or it could be a simple hand towel. We'll use that for the after run portion, yeah? And then guys, what I really want to chat with you guys about is the importance of this. If you're a runner, and a lot of you guys are, because we keep getting requests for these videos, and thanks guys, we're so happy to make them. It is really important that you guys understand the structure of the workout, yes? And in this case, specifically running. It's not only you putting on your shoes and then getting outside or running on your treadmill. There has to be a preconditioning before, and why, right? Why would I need that? It's because most of us, very likely that we're not super active prior to running, which means that you're likely seated or standing tall, probably not moving as much, meaning your tissues, your muscles, your tendons, stiff. And if I started running like that, that means my engines are cold, yes. I'm not functioning as efficiently in the beginning as I could be. And that actually limits your performance. But also over time, if you're repetitively doing it that way, it causes injury, yeah? Because you're putting a lot of pressure into places, or you're asking your engine to perform when it's not ready yet. It's like if you've ever lived somewhere really cold and you got into a car and turned it on, yeah? You wouldn't go, okay, let's go 80, right? You'd probably sit in there for a little while to make sure that your engines are warm, your windows are defrosted, and I know preaching to San Diegans mostly, but that is how it would work. And your body is kind of the same, guys. It's really important that you properly warm up before, because A, prevents injury, B, you perform better, you actually have a better run, you have a better workout. For that, another thing that gets missed a lot, guys, would you agree that when you're walking or running, you're breathing more than when you were seated down? I think we can all agree. And your lungs kind of work in this way too. When you first start running, do you guys agree that it's a little more challenging to breathe in the beginning? And then as you keep going, your lungs warm up and ready for that too. I highly recommend that you guys try some breath work before you start running. The goal is that you turn on these guys, you stretch them a little bit. Because if you imagine, I like to think of it like balloons. If you've ever blown up a balloon before, for the first time that you're blowing it up, that guy's tight, right? You really gotta go for that to go. And then you release the air and then you try again and it's looser. And then you release the air and then you try again and it's even looser. And it's kind of the same thing with your lungs, guys. If you can blow it up a few times before you start running, then by the time you get to the running part, yeah, they're looser, they're more ready for you. So as we start working with this, we're also going to incorporate some breathing. So without further ado, let's get into it. Grab one of these guys, and then I'll meet you standing in wherever your space is. Logically, you want to think about what are some of the things that I'm going to be working as I'm running, and we'll start from the ground up. It's your feet. Now put the ball down, and then guys, right foot on, roll through it. I'm asking you to put some pressure into this. It's not just like, oh, step on it, yeah. Roll through the bottom of your foot, And what you're currently doing is you're breaking up fascia. Fascia is connective tissue. It runs through your skin, it runs through your muscles, your circulation goes through it too. So by breaking up fascia in your foot specifically, you're going to be using it a lot, right? The foot goes, it pushes all the time. And when your feet are really tight, it can affect your feet. Rather, it can affect your run. It affects your calves, your knees, your hips, all the way through. So push through this, guy. Feel for it. If it feels like it's really tight somewhere, then step on it. And then here's the breath comes in. Breathe in. Breathe out. The exhale can go through your mouth. It can go through your nose. Here's a fun fact for you, also for you runners. When you breathe through your nose, nostril style breathing like they practice in yoga, when you breathe through your nose, since it's a smaller hole, it chemically releases nitric oxide in your body, which then dilates your arterial system, which means that as I pull oxygen in, my tubes are bigger for oxygenated blood to flow through, right? Legs, calves, hips, glutes, all the things that are working, which means I'm more efficiently generating more energy. Starting with a nostril breathing, so you dilate, and then transitioning out to breathing through your mouth if that is where you go. I hope that makes sense. That's a trick for you. Start with your nose, then transition to your mouth. Okay. Or that's pretty tight. And then let's switch, guys. Ball to the other side. Roll through your foot. Breathe in. Breathe out. And if the ball rolls away, it's all good. Find it. Try it again. Breathe in. My hands are like, it's tight. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Cool. When you found the spot, step on it, hold it, or you can also twist to break up more fascia. Oh, very good. Cool. After you have done this, what I highly recommend is after you loosened up the fascia, if this is pre-run, I want to activate, not stretch yet, right? I want to get things loose, but I do want to get things active. Do a few heel lifts. I do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then if you think about what comes next is your ankle. As you step and then push forward, you put a lot of pressure into your ankles. Would you agree? Especially if you're running on concrete, you guys. If your ankles are not warm, it's a lot of shock that goes and then travel all the way up through your spine, which also could cause low back pain, hip pain, or a T-band tightness, right? So circles, large circles around your ankle joint, and then you want to match it with oxygen. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, then reverse. Let's make it a rule, and this is just kind of on top of my head. I would do, how many circles would I do? As long as it takes for me to take 3 full rounds of breath. 3 full rounds, which means an inhale to an exhale, that's 1. So let's get it. Breathe in. Breathe out. I'm rolling the other way. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then breathe in. Breathe out and switch. 3 out, 3 in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. I think that was 3, and then reverse. Roll. Breathe in. Breathe out. Ankle for sure, but I'm already getting my hip too. Breathe in. Breathe out. Really good. And then to further walk up the chain, for now, take a seat and put a ball underneath your calves. Let's start on the right. I bend my left foot and I kickstand, hands behind me, and if you guys can see, the ball is right underneath my right calves. Every time you take a step and you propel with your foot, it's your calves that are going shorter and longer. And if you ever get foot pain, it's likely because your calves are getting so tight that now it's the little muscle at the bottom of your foot that's starting to take over for the work. That's your entire body propelling forward. Hence, that guy gets tired, because think about it, how little is this compared to the rest of the physical body, right? Little, and it's not meant to support it. So calves, guys, roll at your calves. And then breathe, already dilating and oxygenating. Reverse some. Notice if you feel tighter anywhere. If you do, hold on to it for a little while. Mine are pretty good. And then switch. Left calves go on, right foot under for support, and then roll through it and breathe. And reverse. Oy, those guys are a little tighter. Awesome. And then you can get the ball out of the way. This just aids with digging into the small places, right? Just to make sure that those guys get good circulation going through them too, prepping them for success. Then guys, we'll start here. Roll over and then hike your bottom all the way up. Push through your strong hands and then pedal. You're lengthening through calves, lengthening through hamstrings while you're activating still. It's not a static stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Left start on the right. Right foot steps to the outside edge of your right hand, a runner's lunge, appropriate. Drop your back knee down and then walk your way all the way up to your knees. My right knee is slightly more open. It's on the outside edge of the mat versus being right in front of my hip, yeah? Untuck your back foot and then check it out. Slide back, hands can come forward, dorsiflex your foot, and then come forward and left hand, reach over, opens hip flexors, lengthens, but still creating more circulation, not static stretches, more active. Shift, lift, and reach. I'll show you from the front. So again, this is wider than my hip. Shift, dorsiflex the foot, flat spine, and then lift and reach. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Place both hands to the inside edge of your right and then lift your back knee off the ground. This is not really runner's lunge. Lift to activate quads, still working on lengthened hips. Inhale your right hand high, reach up, and then guys, believe it or not, you're doing a lot of upper body work as you're running too, right? You're shifting. So you want to make sure that your rib cage, your intercostal muscles are also ready to go. Reach and twist. And then large circle with your shoulders and pecs, creating room for the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, then reverse. Breathe in. I feel it in all the right places. Hip in the left, inner thigh in the right. Then last one. Nice. Place your hand down, put your back knee down, and then guys, let's just go back. Right knee comes to meet your left. Then pipe your hips. Loosen up through your back and pedal. Just even it. Left foot runners to the left. The goal is that your ankle is in front of your knee, meaning it's not short back here because that puts a lot of pressure to the muscle in the front. Step it forward so it lengthens and opens. Back knee meets the ground. Core does the work to stabilize. Lift, shift. I never lock the knee. And then shift forward, lift up, and then right hand bends to the left. At least 3. Breathe in. Shift. Breathe out. Yeah, breathe in. Breathe out. I'm good for one more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Awesome. Bring it back through center. Place your hands down. Back knee comes up. Active. Okay. Left hand, rotate up and open. This is for your spine and rib cage while you're still activating your hips. And then hello, circles around to open up your chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Cool. That was at least 3, I think. And then reverse. Roll. Roll 3. Roll 2. Roll 1. Very good. Hand comes back to the middle. Drop your back knee and then sit all the way back. Cool. Untuck your feet and then if you can, try to take a sit on top of your shin. Lengthening through your quads, right? Running into your knees. Breathe in. Breathe out. If this is difficult for you to sit this way, you can get out of it and then come all the way up to your hips. Bring your hips on top of your knees. Hands come behind you and then guys, hip circles, roll them. Imagine what we're working on is your leg bone that connects into your hip sockets, circles around. And in circles, this is what happens. In your joints, you're starting to release fluids. They're called your synovial fluids, and they're meant to be there like a film to make sure that you're cushioned and supported. It makes movement a whole lot more fluid, yeah? Circles in any joint, be that your wrist, ankles, hips, your spinal structure. Reverse, roll the other way. Awesome. And my body is starting to feel warmer. A warm up, right? I'm creating more heat. I'm enhancing circulation. I'm breathing more. I'm moving more. I'm getting all the things that I'm going to work on. Legs. Okay, I'll meet you guys in tall stand. Okay. Start to find a little bit of stability. I'm going to stand up into my left leg. Right knee comes up, and then find your knee. Whoa. I'll find mine. Stability. Here we come. Okay. Balance really comes from core, guys. So even though it's my ankles that are wobbling, I'm trying to center my center of gravity right in the middle, and then I can hold. And then foot goes point and flex. Go 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Now large circles out and around. It sweeps the ground. Go 3, go 2, and 1. Then roll it back. Go 3, yeah, 2, and 1. Put it down. Excellent. Shake it out and then switch. Right leg stabilize, core, belly button comes all the way up and hold. Then left knee travels. Find your stability. It's okay to wobble, guys. I have fallen out so many times. It's all good. Just come back, try again. Knees or hands interlaced around knees. Pull them up. Words. Point and flex. Spread your toes even, activate them. Okay, hip circles on this side. First we go out. Out, that means you're activating through your TFL. It's a tiny little muscle on the outside edge of the hip. And it connects into your IT band and knee. Activate it and roll. 2, roll, 1, then reverse it. Roll it in. 1, 2, 3. Awesome, shake it out. Cool, guys. Walk your feet nice and wide. We're almost there. Fantastic idea here too, as I'm trying to get everything long and active. Hinge forward from your hips with wide legs. Opposite hand will reach to opposite foot and then bring it center with ideally your shoulders are in line with your hips. From the side, I'm not rounding into it, right? I lengthen through my back and then I hinge out of my hips. If anything, it's my knees that are getting more unlocked. Make sure you're not locking them out. Yeah, no pressure to the back. Unlock them soft because we're getting it ready. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Reach, look up to twist, and then center. Reach, center. I feel it hamstrings, I feel it inner thighs, I feel it low back. All the right places. Go 3, 2. My heart rate is starting to elevate. So nostril breathing, right? I'm starting to switch. Okay, last rep. And guys, you're ready to go, right? It doesn't take much, especially if you take the me talking out of it the whole time. It doesn't take much, but it does help tremendously with protecting you so you can A, elevate your practice, B, you don't get hurt so you can keep going. Cool. Pre-workout, check. Let's say you have gone on your run, you have gone on your run, you have gone on your run, it went really, really well. You ran for a long time and you come back pretty tight. Now, guys, the way this works is as your muscles are working, you're actually breaking down muscle fiber, which means this. As you're working out, your muscle fibers go rip, rip, rip. But then the way that they actually repair and then grow stronger is when you're not running, your recovery, they go stronger. In workout, you break it down. In recovery, you grow stronger. Break it down stronger, break it down stronger, break it down stronger. And that's how your run works. You go on a run, practice, and then you recover. Then you run again, it's better. right? Then you recover. Then you run again, it's better. You recover. Recovery is really important. If all you're doing is breaking it down, breaking it down, breaking it down, breaking it down, and there's no recovery in between, your body can't keep up with you, right? This is an organism, this is tissue. It needs that repair for it to continue to go. So you ran, it was awesome. You come back and these are stretches for cool down, okay? The breath is kind of the same. When you breathe through your nose, it's actually a parasympathetic event, meaning you're down regulating your nervous system after being upregulated. So it brings you into your rest and repair mode, nostril breathing in, nostril breathing out. And then you want to reverse engineer. If I just work my calves really hard, if I just use my feet, my big muscles, my quads, my glutes, my hamstrings, my upper body has been working as I'm working through it, right? This is now the stretch part. So stretch comes in, this guy, cool. You can do this however you like. If you just ran for a long time, it's likely that it'll feel really good for you to sit. So let's start there, take a seat. Send your right leg nice and long and then notice how I pull my left knee in. Hook your strap, or it can be your towel, to the very bottom of your foot, meaning you're dorsiflexing this guy back. My knee is never locked out. Even in a stretch, I never hyperlock it. Your knee does not want to go backwards, right? It has the range of motion to go forward. Don't push it down. Unlock the knee and then flatten out the spine. Each hand has a strap. Then, on your exhale, hinge, pull. Notice how I don't round my back into it. If I did, I feel this in my upper back now, not my hamstring. When I lift my chest, I hinge from the hips more. Now I feel this in my low back because mine's tight, and then hamstring running all the way through. They connect. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. It takes patience and time with stretches, guys. Lift up and then check it out. Yoga strap or towel comes to your left, and then I try to find the grip pretty close to the foot. Hand comes out by your side, lean back to lift. I still have not locked the knee. This is, I know it looks scary, you guys definitely got it though, okay? Lift it up and keep it long. I'm gonna try to aim for still hamstring, and then I T-bend, the muscle that comes from the outside, down that connects into tendon to knee. Important for running, yeah? Left hand guides your right foot across your body. I feel that a lot. My hand behind me helps with chest lifting up and then twist back. 3 breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe out. Cool. Rotate your chest back through center and same leg. Walk your way down to your back. Leg can come up. Pass the straps or towel into your right hand. My left knee is still in the same position, which means I'm opening up through my inner thigh and hip flexor. Then right hand pulls my right knee, bend down towards the ground by my ribs. I feel this through inner thighs, my adductors. Breathe and stretch, guys. This is it. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you're calming the body down with the breath, you're sending oxygen and nutrients into your tissue. That's what they need to regenerate energy. You need oxygen for that. So as you're breathing really well, you're also relaxing and lengthening these muscles, guys. That's why we hold this for longer. And notice it's not movement, it's static stretch. You put stress into your body, it's good stress. You put good stress into your tissue, which means that it's gonna tighten up. But we want long and strong, right? We don't want to be limited by these guys. So we lengthen to loosen them back up to their full length and tension ratio, right? It takes a little while. After at least 3 breaths, work your way back through center. You can unhook your foot. I like hip circles, guys, especially if you get achy in your low back. Push your low back down and roll, loosen it up. Reverse. And then we'll just even all this out. Okay, rock your way up to a tall seat, switch. Left foot long, right foot in, Try to create a 90-degree angle so you're already opening up your hips after running because it's usually to the front, right? Strap or towel, hook, sit up tall, breathe in. My arms help. Rib cage pulls closer to the leg without rounding my back into it. I rather bend my knee than round my back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Unhook and roll all the way up. I lied, don't unhook. Just roll all the way up. Okay. This time, right hand finds both ends of your strap or towel. Left hand goes behind you and just use your core, guys. Lift the foot up. Try to keep it long. I'm going to twist the other way so you can see a little better. Okay. My right hand will do the favor this time. I'm trying to get TFL, I T-band, twisting through core. Breathe in. Exhale, foot goes over to the right as I twist to the left. Oh, hello. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Make sure you're not locking the knee. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Woo! Owie. Very good. Lower your weight all the way down. Okay. Same idea. Left hand finds the strap, so left hand, left foot. Knee bends all the way out, and then keep your right knee down and open. Your job is just to be here and breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Awesome. Slowly release the strap, unhook, and then if the circles felt good, guys, please take a roll. Reverse. Okay. If you take my classes, then you know that I can't really leave you without figure four. Rock your way up to a tall seat, and then this is the last stretch that I think is a fantastic idea for you to do after a long run. Hands behind you, and then kickstand your chest up. Notice how this would be pretty neutral, pretty normal for most of us, I think. Chest rolls open. I'm using my hands for this. Now your left leg can go a little longer, so I have room for my right ankle to cross. Rotate it out, and then I control the stretch by pulling my left foot further or closer. Find the spot that works for you. Then my hands help to push my rib cage close. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. You can stay here if you want a little more of a twist. Stamp your right foot to the left. I just twisted. Left hand comes to the outside of the knee. Sit up tall still. Breathe in. Exhale, look past your shoulder. Low back, glutes, a little bit of the outside of your hips. Good spine mobility. Cool. Let's even it out. Hands behind you. Rock your foot in. Loosen, and we just switch. Right leg down. Left foot crisscross. Knee open, and then control the stretch by moving your right foot closer, then moving your chest closer. I just use my arms as springs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. You can stay here if this is enough, and it very well may be. Or left foot goes to the right, twist, and then right hand comes to the outside edge of my knee. Breathe in. This and this on the ground is my leverage. On your exhale, push and twist. Yeah, breathe in. I feel this all the way down and through. Twist more, breathe out. Okay, last breath, breathe in. Breathe out. Your body will thank you. Place your hand behind you, roll your knees in. You can uncross and then shake them out. Okay, guys, and this is by far not the only thing, or some might argue the best thing, right? These are some things that gives you a good idea of what should I start with and why. Once you understand the why behind things, then it becomes easier to make it more into a habit, right? I hope this helps a little bit. Pre-workout, activation, circulation on, and then post-workout is a deep stretch of loosening the muscles that you have worked really hard for quite a while if you're running for long distances. Guys, I hope that was a little bit helpful at least. If you have questions, please send us a message. If you like this, if you found this really helpful, also please let us know. That keeps me motivated to keep making these for you. Um, and if you want more, I'm also happy to keep thinking of different ideas too that might work. Again, my name is Sophia. So if you guys need me, you know where to find me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a wonderful run, you guys. And then I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for your time. Thanks for listening too. Bye.